Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ, my bro, Jamon.
What's good?
It's Mirror in the Mirrors.
Kind of cool.
Bringing you our Justice Clubhouse podcast, Season 3, Episode 16.
Yeah.
And we are starting this week off with the season finale of Legends of Tomorrow. Roll the clip. This week on Legends of Tomorrow, after Legends are overpowered with Mallus, Rip saves them by sacrificing himself to buy them more time to escape. The Legends mourn Rip's death while making a plan to stop Mallus. While Sarah, Mick, Wally, and Zari head to Salvation, North Dakota, they run into Jonah Hex. Mallus sends Blackbeard, Leif Erikson's sister, and Julius Caesar to collect the totems, and they give the Legends one day to hand them over. Ray helps Damien save Nora. Damien sacrifices himself by forcing Mallus to take him on as a vessel. Amaya and Nate head to Spirit Realm where they learn that they can stop Mallus by using the power from all the totems to conjure an avatar. Amaya, Nate, Sarah, Wally, Zari, and Mick try and fail to conjure the avatar when they practice. Ava appears with Jax, Helena Troy, and Kwasu, who now shares the Vixen mantle with Mari. They offer their support to the Legends, tell Sarah that they were meant to use the totems to stop Mallus. An all-out war erupts with the Legends and their friends defeating all of Mallus's henchmen. Despite this, Mallus resurrects his army, then appears himself. Sarah, Zari, Wally, Nate, Mick, and Amaya conjure the Avatar, which is a giant version of Beebo, to fight the demon. Ray, Jax, Ava, Helen, Kuasa, Jonah, and Nora watches the Legends battle and then eventually defeat Mallus. After celebrating and dedicating the victory to Rip, the Legends work with the Time Bureau to fix all the anachronisms Mallus created. They thank and say see you later to their friends. Nate drops Amaya off to her time and shares a heartfelt goodbye. While vacationing in Aruba, Gary appears with Constantine, with the latter revealing that the freeing of Mallus allowed something else to escape into the world. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse podcast. Alright, this episode was titled The Good, the Bad, the Cuddly. What's up, dance?
Beebo's destruction.
That was okay. So, in a way, our whole Avatar theory sort of played out because they ended up
our Avatar.
Yeah, they conjured up a gigantic Beebo, and just that entire sequence was hilarity, epicness.
Yes,
just everything that
all the feels you could ever feel came out in that one scene.
Exactly, it was just so well done. It was so comical.
I'm like super speechless right now because I'm still like trying to rerun all that in my head.
We're just cracking up during the entire time because it's a
mix of like cracking up and then you're like, oh yeah, like epicness,
dopeness.
We're super happy and then
this set the bar
too much Beebo
for season finales of all the respective shows. I'm sorry. I know you guys have also been putting that in the comments down below for the past couple podcasts, but this season finale was just this show embodies a comic book show done right, if that makes any sense. It's so well done.
Yes.
And Jeremy's adjusting the brightness because we're a bit bright, but it's okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
See, that's some badass stuff right there. He just did it.
I don't give an F. Don't give an F about nothing.
But yeah, getting into this episode, first off, we start off with the Legends trying to, keep Mallus away or try to fight him, but then Rip decides to sacrifice himself using the time drive like a badass. And that was really cool.
I don't know. Honestly, like I understand being a viewer, that scene, it's kind of heartfelt, but I don't know. I think it's just the pacing of that scene because it's just so quick for him to not give up, but to die is a little.
Died.
He's definitely not dead, but that scene alone was a little too. For me, is a little too rushed.
Like Stein's death was more.
For them to say, bye-bye, Rip, you know? And Sarah, she was just like, I feel bad, but let's go. Yeah. You know, it's like one of those quick things where it just doesn't feel like the end of him. Yeah, it doesn't. You know? It doesn't. It really doesn't. I think now that I said all this, I kind of realize maybe that's why.
They have a purpose for it.
Yeah, maybe that's why it was paced like that.
Because the sacrifice was awesome. I do agree that it felt a bit rushed, but maybe that there's there might be a reason for that.
Because he didn't go. Yeah, he just disappeared with the whatever that thing was, the orb. Yeah,
but that's still pretty badass though. And then we got Ray going on his own mission to save Nora for some reason because he likes her, and then him and Dark actually sacrificed him. That was a pretty cool sacrifice. Basically switching out.
I honestly thought he wanted to be bad. Yeah. Like he wanted to be Mallus on purpose, like to rue the day. Yeah. But he actually just wanted it so that his daughter could survive.
They really redeemed that character. It was very cool. I know people might be tired of the whole bad guy switching up on Legends and stuff, but that was really, it had a point to it. And like the fact that he was just like, he held Mallus off for as long as he could while Ray got Nora to the right place. That was really cool. And then thanks to Ava, we get to see Jax, Helena Troy, and somebody else was with them. I feel bad. I can't remember.
I'm so sorry.
There's somebody else that came out of there.
I wrote it down. I swear.
Oh, Kuasa.
Kuasa.
There you go. Who is now sharing the mantle of Vixen with Marie, and that's so cool,
dude. I feel bad
that we forgot.
We forgot who the third person was.
Well, because she kind of like she was just there this episode, you know.
Yeah,
like,
she didn't really
do much.
There's like 2 or 3 scenes of her fighting.
Yeah,
or 2 or 3 shots. Sorry, not scenes. I should probably clear that up.
It's very quick.
Yeah, it's also cool though that they kind of changed the storyline, not too much.
Yeah.
But also to make her character a little bit more positive.
Yeah, and they preserve Marie, which is great. But I would be down to see Kuasa again. That was really cool. And then we get the Legends just trying to. Well, actually, Sarah's kind of being a pessimist this episode. She's like, we don't deserve to hold this. And then when they all did like the whole trying to create a being
the
thing,
first time was
nasty. And then Mick's like, kill it with fire.
Yeah, exactly.
And Nate's acid trips are his little tea trips that he takes when he's going to that spirit realm with Amaya are just hysterical. His character's so likable. It's like he did have some funny one-liners, but the funniest one-liner from this season for me, I guess, is when he was like, "Why does it feel like my face is peeling off?" When he took that thing, and after he was like, "The ship can't take any more, Captain."
That's awesome.
Or when he saw Sarah and he's like, "Your face, I want your face." He's real funny.
Yeah, this one here he's talking about Voltron. He kept saying it too. He's like the Earth's mightiest hero, and then his blinking was weird. He's like,
as individuals, individuals. And you're like, stop it.
I don't know. There's just something about his character that you should never let go of.
Yeah, like, he's just hilarious.
Like I'm talking from a writer standpoint. Yeah. You can't get rid of this.
He's
guy,
like the heart.
Yeah,
next to Ray, like they kind of combine to make the heart of the team for sure. Zari and Jonah Hex were getting closest. It was pretty. I'm glad that she's staying around for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Wally definitely proved himself. Like he's like the only super powered being on that team that actually uses his powers to kind of help. It was pretty cool, like him zipping around and Jax doing what he could. That was really he's grown for sure. He said he's
5 years. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
And you said that he showed his actual kid.
That was his actual child. And that was nice. Very cool. And then them just combining forces and Ava and that whole team like saying that the Legends need to be the totem bearers. That was just yes. And then they did the equivalent of a Care Bear stare to Mallus after freaking pummeling him with wrestling moves. When you just see Beebo go,
and there's like, as he's attacking him.
It's just, you can't, like, if you take it too seriously, I can understand why it's like, oh, this show is just getting too much.
It's garbage. People are, it's pure garbage.
It's garbage, dude. It must be garbage.
You just gotta be open-minded with it. It's a fun show.
If you guys love that stuff that we watch as kids, like the anime, like I watched the Super Friends, and have you ever seen the Super Friends with Aquaman getting choked by a little Coke thing? The soda. This is just like that in real action, in live action. It's amazing to see it happen. Like when you see Beebo just come, and Jax's reaction was like pretty much everyone's. It's just like
he's like, guys, what are we gonna?
Yeah, he's just.
It's like as it's growing, as it's being created, it's just like his face turns even worse and worse, and that's all in a span of like 2 seconds.
And you just see people pop out of the saloon, like the top of it, and he's just like,
people want food.
The fact that they're all that's what they channeled their energy into creating. is amazing. I don't care how far-fetched you think. I mean, it's a superhero show, so like this pushes it where it needs to be. I think
Beebo
the creativity is amazing.
That's crazy that they've implemented him multiple times throughout the season.
Yeah, in great ways. And here it was like I
think that's the best way to end it. Like there was no other epic way to do it.
Like Nate said, it was like Voltron. It was like the Megazord. It was like Avatar.
Yeah.
It was like just anything, Digimon, all that stuff that you could think of
Power Rangers,
Captain Planet, like stuff like that, where they conjure up a being. And then the fight was so well done. It was like the Leviathan fight versus Ray. That was epic too.
Yeah.
Here it was Beebo and Mallus,
and Beebo's like 10 times larger than Mallus. That was crazy.
And Mallus was like okay, I'll admit though, when Beebo was getting thrashed around, I was kind of laughing.
Yeah,
like he got what is that? Like what he got like RKO'd. He does a flip. It's just that whole sequence.
Dude, that should be a meme.
That was amazing.
The watch out. The meme. You should do that with the Beebo and Mallus.
You guys, please
should do that.
Follow us on our Instagram because we'll
might be
definitely
that,
memeing and gifing a lot of these moments that happened throughout the series. That was like, this absolutely set the bar as far as the season finales go. Everything got renewed like we've mentioned last week, so we just cannot wait to see what is in store for the Legends. But this finale was so good. It redeemed a lot of characters. It redeemed gives a second chance to like people like Nora. Makes us hopeful to see Jax and Ava. Ava's going to be returning next season for sure.
Yeah.
Jonah Hex as well. Just Helena Troy, that was really cool.
And Constantine.
Yeah, and Kuasa. Like, she could finally take up the mantle and we get to see that different side.
That's true.
Since the actress that plays Marie doesn't seem to be interested in playing it.
So whatever. Make way for someone who wants to take it, you know?
And I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to see those totems again for sure. I love that we actually got to see them being used, though. Like, every single power. That was really cool.
That just sucks that Ray initially had the water totem, but then he
went off on his own mission.
Yeah, he's doing all that stuff, but it kind of shows that he's not worth it. But you got someone like Wally, who's a speedster.
Like water.
Yeah, true. I was about to say, like, how does that make sense? He's a speedster, lightning. Oh,
flow, like you know his flow.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize it now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It kind of like the season 3 Wally of Flash wouldn't have been able to keep this, but he's definitely grown since then.
Yeah.
This series finale or season. Sorry, I keep saying series. It's renewed. Season finale was just phenomenal on all aspects. Phenomenal. Is there anything else? Oh, heartfelt goodbye between Namaya and Nate because she went back to her time.
Oh.
That was inevitable.
Yeah,
it's sad, but you know it had to happen.
And he still had to make it fun. He's like, "Don't look back."
I was expecting him to maybe just jump out of the jump ship once he got to the air.
I'm staying. I wanted to see something like that, but it's okay. That'd have been cool. It's okay. Time has to happen. Yeah, it has to happen.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. They're back to fixing time aberrations. They went with Mick to Aruba to party.
He's like, I was picturing this, but not with you guys.
He's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
And then you see Gary dressed as Constantine.
That was actually pretty close impersonation.
Yeah, it was.
Or impression, sorry.
He did that? Gary actually did that?
He actually did the voice, too, of Constantine.
So that wasn't Constantine who did that?
No, that was actually him.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and then Constantine came in right after.
That was amazing. And then he drops a dragon head. He's like, you guys have let other things into this realm because you released Mallus.
Are they going to do that guy? D&D?
That would be so badass if they did.
I can't speak tonight. The Dungeons and Dragons. That'd be a cool next season.
Yeah, for sure. You want to mention Easter eggs before we start theorizing?
Let's see.
Biggest Easter eggs is the good, the bad, the cuddly is obviously a play on the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
And it was a Western, so.
True. Very nice.
I was just waiting for a freaking Clint Eastwood impression, but yeah.
Voltron?
Yes.
The amount of Netflix references are crazy.
Yes.
On this show. High Noon.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a meme everywhere. And it's gotten big because of Overwatch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And also, the biggest one, the Care Bear stare.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like he definitely watches Netflix on his free time.
Yeah, for sure. You just when the finishing move of Beebo on Mallus was a gigantic Care Bear heart.
Yeah.
That's just amazing. I know they just toss everything at the show and just like it sticks. Everything definitely sticks.
It's just like hey, let's all the writers are just like, hey, let's all just get high.
Exactly.
Like how Nate does with the let's just drink this tea, get high, and then we'll just blurt out any ideas, decent ideas or whatever, brainstorm. We'll just take whatever whoever says something first, and then
Legit
that's
Demon
what happens.
Versus
Beebo.
Giant Beebo.
Yeah.
Care Bear.
Season finale. That's it.
And then he's like, Constantine drops Dragon Head.
Why?
Season.
What does that mean? Because.
So I guess we're gonna get into theories for next season. If you guys have ever played DCEU or something like that, or you know like the whole like Justice League Dark sort of thing, you know they're about to go into hell / more magical territory for sure, because they had opened up the gates to hell.
Maybe those other demons that are getting out are trying to go after the totems.
Oh, that'd be so sick. Like gluttony, and lust and stuff.
Oh shoot, that is kind of like DCO.
Like, cool. But imagine that. And then who's there? Oh, Trigon.
Trigon.
They could do Trigon.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's not Titan. What if they combine the Titan shows on here?
And you said, what do you call it? It's a kid?
Yeah, Raven's a kid.
Yeah, probably because they go back in time.
It's so exciting.
Too much, dude. That's crazy. They could actually tie that in with the Titan show. It'll make sense. Excited
for sure. A quick theory though on Rip. I don't think he's dead.
He's not dead.
Jeremy doesn't either. It would be cool if he becomes the human version of the Wave Rider, which is the character that the time ship is based off of, and he basically travels the time stream.
Travels the time stream.
And maybe he could like be the key to them. Like maybe at some point they could do the timekeeper storyline at some point.
Yeah,
and Rip will
I'm
be
down.
Like, Rip had he sacrificed himself with the time drive, so what's not to say that he doesn't become part of time itself?
Dude, that would be so cool. I saw like that. There's like that one poster, or sorry, there's a comic book cover of I don't know what war it was, but there's Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and him.
Rip?
Not Rip, but the Wave Rider, like the character. I don't know. That would be so sick just to see him in suit using
so dope,
like throwing discs.
Yeah, and he's kind of like the Silver Surfer ish. He like rides on the thing like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like those plates that are in DCO. Like those guys with the 2 circle plates and they're hovering everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so dope if they did that with Rip. It's nice to see new faces. Amaya, as much as we loved her, we know she had to go. Jax could return at some point too.
Yeah, they could just do that if they really need her.
Yeah,
they could just bring her in like how they did with Jax.
Zari is gonna be back with the team. Ava got promoted to series regular next year, as well as Constantine and Wally as well. He had been promoted this season, so it's gonna be an amazing ride for sure next year. What else is there to theorize about, man?
I can't theorize nothing, dude. This just too much epicness.
Yeah, that all these other shows are gonna have to, pull strong through the last couple weeks.
That's a lot to write on, you know, because this show just ended with a super bang, yeah. And these other shows have like 7 more episodes left to kind of catch up to the way that this show ended. It's
for sure
ridiculous.
And I have to agree with some of you who've been leaving comments. So yes, Flash, as much as we love it, it has faltered through a bit this season. Hopefully it ends on a stronger note. Supergirl has been phenomenal up until, so far in the season that we've seen. Arrow has been pretty good up until some parts, but Legends is like where the fun is to be had. And for them to cut loose when it comes to creativity and story.
It's just like one of those shows where you don't really want to really theorize about things because you just want to let it happen.
Yeah, it really is. It's just a fun time, and we're kind of sad that it's going on hiatus for a couple months, but can't wait to see.
It's worth the wait.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I might mention this on Arrow, but if I don't, Colton Haynes is returning on Arrow as a series regular for season 7.
Very nice.
So, exciting! Everything's all exciting. Oh, do we also say that Ray gave Nora the time stone that belonged to her father?
Well, you just did now. Sorry, I did not mean for it to sound like that, but yeah, that's cool. Very nice. Second chance.
What happened to Gorilla Grodd?
He escaped.
Oh, so he's
maybe no, because they went back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they went back. It was like that moment when she escaped. I think that was before he let the gorilla out.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Well, I'll still be on the loose.
Yeah. What if that's one of the things that they forget?
He's just like running around.
Yeah.
Grodd. I guess that's pretty much it for us for this show. This is a fantastic season finale for sure.
Yes.
And with that being said, you guys, we shall see you on Black Lightning.
We should do like a we just like jump out, but we're sitting.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. This week on The Flash, Barry and Ralph train to stop DeVoe. Harry becomes frustrated with Ralph's constant joking and reiterates that they need to get to the last 2 bus metas first. Breacher arrives and asks Cisco and Caitlin to restore his powers, which were seemingly lost when he was fighting a villain named Crucifer. After running tests, Caitlin reveals that Breacher's powers are dwindling because of his age. After using the thinking cap, Harry leads Barry and Ralph to the next bus meta, Janet Petty. She gets away when Ralph fails to hand Barry the handcuffs, and she uses her powers to make the ladder float in the air. Barry benches Ralph, which upsets him. Barry goes to stop Petty alone, but ends up letting her go when she uses her gravity manipulation powers to endanger the life of an innocent man. Iris tells Barry that they may need to improvise to get ahead of DeVoe. DeVoe uses the Weeper's tears to keep Marlize in love with him. When she finds out, he drugs her again, making her forget. After giving pills to the Breacher that temporarily restore some of his powers, Cisco saves him from being killed by Crucifer. When Cisco tells him the truth, Breacher leaves upset. He comes back and announces his retirement and asks Cisco to take up the mantle as Breacher so that he could be with Gypsy. Barry has a heart-to-heart with Ralph, then they rush to stop Petty. When Caitlin alerts them of her whereabouts, they work together and stop Petty, then lock her in a pipeline. Joe goes to find the last meta, Edwin Goss. Harry goes into the time vault and awakens Gideon. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse podcast. Alright, so getting into that Flash episode, which is titled Null and Annoyed. Once on Dance.
Jay and Silent Bob.
That was such an awesome cameo.
I know it was just like a few minutes, but that just...
And not so Silent Bob this time. It was pretty cool to see him.
He had like a couple lines though.
Yeah,
sorry.
And for him to direct the episode, it's pretty hard doing both, I'm sure. But it's always a joy to see him take the helm when it comes to directing anything on the CW verse. So
yeah,
you know, it was really cool seeing him here. Apparently he had tweeted or he had Instagrammed that it was the first time that he had worn pants in like maybe 15 years.
Dang.
So that's because he always wears oversized jorts. So the villain, he really
shorts.
Yeah, exactly. Like the kind of
they cut off.
Yeah, exactly.
Cut
by
off
the
jeans,
ankles.
Yeah.
But yeah, the villain,
Jorts.
although it was more of a filler episode for sure, coming back after a month's hiatus, it was still enjoyable.
It's more fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? It kind of makes sense. Like with the lineup this week.
Yeah, story-wise,
having something super fun like Legends kind of rub off on the Flash.
For sure.
It fits.
And Ralph is just like, one second he's very moody, and then the next he's just way too happy. And it's cool to have somebody on the team that's like that, but at the same time it kind of jeopardizes them at times, which we see in this episode. He did kind of muck things up a bit, but I think his lesson was pretty good, that they need to kind of not always be prepared. They need to kind of improvise, which is really cool.
And as for his like emotions, he said that he tries to instill like happiness and comedy because he's scared.
Yeah.
You know?
So he's like basically like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Like when things get hard, you just gotta laugh it off. But yeah, and Null was a crazy, like, very
powered villain.
Yeah, and she's adorable. She's like 2 feet tall.
I was like, he's short, or she's short. Yeah. Like in the first scene that Flash caught her, but she still got away.
She's like, literally up to his belly button.
He's like staring down at her like
he
way
looked
down.
like Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, and the scene where she invaded the Central City Museum, that's when it actually showed her height.
It's just like, it looked like getting robbed by like a 2-year-old. It was adorable. But her powers are crazy. Mm-hmm. That we really need more scenes like that for sure on the show. Thank God they're upping up the CGI here, because finally we get to see a really cool car save in slow-mo. I love when they started doing that on Smallville, and I thought it was pretty fantastic that they're doing the slow-mo more on this show. Because you only want to see so much of him just going around like crazy quick, if that makes any sense. Like, sometimes it's nice to see it from his perspective, when he's moving like that. But hopefully he could use that speed and his intelligence of his to actually combat DeVoe, who is hatching a crazy plan throughout this whole thing. And his storyline was so jacked up. Like,
DeVoe?
Yeah, that was just messed up.
She is very...
That is some serious Stockholm Syndrome.
Psycho.
Yeah.
Psycho, very psycho.
Using the Weeper's tears to make sure Marlize is, like, fall in love with him. That is just... That's messed up.
She's mentally unstable.
But yeah, she's the way she found out too is like a horror film. The way it played out, she was like, "It's already recorded." What? And he was like, "Yeah, you already recorded that. I'm just gonna right in." You just see like a giant like tube come out of nowhere and just right
injects her.
That was messed
the weeping tears. How much do you think he injected her with? I'm getting confused because
I don't even know. That was
he's a she right now.
Yeah.
So I don't want to call her she.
How much did Shim?
We'll just say DeVoe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, DeVoe.
Yeah, DeVoe pumped her with a lot. If you, I mean, if
for her to like forget everything that just happened,
that is crazy. That's just, at least it wasn't more of like a haha, we shall plot the entire episode and not actually do anything type of story. It was more of like a twisted, like it's just messed up.
Tainted love.
Exactly. 1, 2, get away. I want to. Is that the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sleep at night.
You're singing it like
Yeah, it was just cool to see the dynamic between Barry and Ralph, and
for sure
them struggling, and then you got this whole Breacher storyline where he's trying to fight this guy named Crucifer, and apparently lost his powers, but then Caitlin was like, no, he's just getting old, and then Cisco's like, he's gonna kill me. And that was a pretty cool save, and everything leading up until that point was like hilarity. Like, it's just the dynamic those two have with each other. It's like it makes him perfect for Gypsy if they have a chance to actually get to see each other, because it's been like months.
Well, he's about to get his chance, but it's gonna cause complications.
Yeah, for sure. That's for sure. And then you got Harry with the thinker cap, and him being frustrated because he's not, all his calculations, despite them being very spot on, are also not working. And that must be pretty frustrating, because it's like he's got all the knowledge in his head and he can't do anything. So we kind of understand that, but at the same time, like, you could still, I thought it was I read somewhere I thought it was supposed to be Joe that was more concerned, but it seemed like Barry was more concerned with him throughout the episode, because every time he thought to reach for the cap, Barry was like, don't keep doing that.
He's just letting it get to him.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can't be perfect at everything. It takes time.
For sure. And Ralph is the other side of the imperfection.
Yeah.
Like, not being calculated and just winging it. Like, that save, I was expecting him to turn into a helicopter. Or
that would have been a cool way to...
That would have been like a Plastic Man reference right there.
Yeah, a cool reference.
But he turned into a whoopee cushion.
That was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, and he just farts for like a good 2 minutes. So the humor's kept up, and definitely the action is a lot better than what we were left with, I think. about a month ago, because they kind of, just a little bit, they kind of toned it down as far as the action went. So it's kind of cool to see them kick it up and basically have Barry use his powers, and also Ralph too. It's exciting. Is there anything else about this episode? No? Any dislikes?
No, dude. Honestly, it's fun.
Ira was pretty decent also this episode. She was, you know, I know throughout the episode I was like, whose side are you on? But then Jeremy was like, you gotta like listen to her. And I was like, okay, that makes sense.
You kind of like, oh shit. He said that. She's like, you're supposed to side with your man like that.
Yeah.
But she's kind of saying like, you can't be too hard on him because that's just the way he deals with his issues.
And seeing Ralph Joe, we're gonna call him Ralph Joe because that's who Ralph was impersonating. That was hilarious, and we needed that because we have been missing Joe from all these, or the last couple episodes. He hasn't been there.
2 or 3.
Same thing with Cecile. We haven't seen her, and you know,
she's still pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant. So yeah, the story for sure though it picked up its pace this episode.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was a great if they have Kevin Smith just doing fillers, that would be awesome. I guess we could get into Easter eggs.
Easter egg.
The one
at the beginning, you missed it.
Okay.
Yeah. Whoops. Is right here.
Bloodsuckers.
Ralph said Doc Ock.
Okay, nice.
When they had the hologram. Sorry, we forgot to mention there was a hologram. And they're basically practicing against that fake DeVoe. He also called, I don't know who he called. I think it was Barry. He called him Master Splinter.
Nice.
And then he's like, Fudge, he said something like, what do the turtles say?
Cowabunga, dude?
No, that's, what's his name? They say something. Not turtle up.
Turtles in the half shell?
He said their one of their lines.
Okay.
Go-to lines, but as they're walking away, he just kept talking about being comedians and like the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
And he's like, comedy comes in 3, and he's like, hey, why don't we like round up a bunch of superheroes and take our comedy bits to Washington, and we'll be called the DC Comics. That's
hilarious. That is meta as fuck. Yeah. That's awesome.
And then Barry's like, what? No, it doesn't work.
Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, of course.
Yes.
The big one. Kandak was shown again with the Dynasty Crown. Plastoid was mentioned again. Charlie Bucket, Lost, Dust Till Dawn, Earth 47.
Yes. Khaleesi, yeah, from God
Game
of War.
Thrones.
God of War. That's cringe.
Is there anything else?
The donuts.
Mentioned
like
Trejo's
4 times.
Donuts. His nacho flavored donut, like his signature ones. He
definitely brought those to set.
Yes,
because you saw Ralph eating them.
I don't know about the nacho flavored one. I'll definitely eat everything else though. I'm just more of a sweet guy. If it's sweet, it has to be sweet. I don't like sweet and savory together like that.
Yeah, fun fact, I'm the weird one that eats stuff like both savory and sweet at the same time.
Like he'll put soy sauce on French fries and eat it with chocolate.
I would eat a brownie with ketchup. Like that's how weird my taste buds are.
No. And I eat everything.
I definitely would try that nacho
It's not
donut.
in that combo.
Oh. Too bad, so sad. Oh my god.
I guess we're gonna get into the previews for next week. If you have no other Easter eggs.
Gideon. Sorry. That room. We didn't mention that, did you?
Oh no. Yeah, Harry is using that room, the time vault, I guess, or whatever the heck they call it.
Do you think that? We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
About the thinking cap and him.
Okay.
Yeah, go into next week.
So next week is titled Lose Yourself. When Bear and Team Flash find a way to enter the Thinker's lair, Ralph considers crossing a dangerous line to defeat DeVoe. Meanwhile, Joe's concerned about Harry's recent behavior, and Team Flash discovers that the last bus meta, Edwin Goss, nicknamed Folded Man, who has the ability to fold his body molecules. Okay. So it's like
Ralph.
About
to say fold his balls into molecules.
Fold them balls. What about fisherman accident?
Dangle in the water.
Dangle in the water. Yeah. So what are you saying about Harry before we get into everything else?
Do you think that thinking cap is affecting his brainwaves?
He will be the Earth 2 thinker.
You think he knows too much?
I think he's
not just about everything, but more about his other Earths, like the other Earth. The other versions of him, basically. Do you think that it's starting to meld in his brain?
I think he's gonna get too addicted to it, and then they're gonna have to deal with him for sure.
What if he's ultimately the one that they have to take down? Like he's the last body.
I feel like he's gonna be on what is that?
Lockdown.
Yeah, he's gonna be like on the verge of they might lose him, but I think they're gonna save him before that. Okay. And it looks like this whole Chimera thing we've been talking about, where Ralph may be the last host with all the powers, might happen. Because next week it looks like everybody on the team is getting absolutely owned by DeVoe and Marlize, who's wielding a damn katana. It
looked like Iris got stabbed.
Yeah, and the samurai's out too.
Like that, it made like. I don't know how to explain it, but it just looked like she got stabbed.
But what if that's the chest? What if that was Ralph? Posing as her.
That's gonna suck, though. Oh well, because he
could just take it.
Yeah, so he's just acting. Good boy.
Because it looks like he's. It looks like he's gonna be the one that's gonna have to save them, because he's like, I won't let them take. I won't he said something like, I won't let DeVoe take them from me. Yeah. They're my family. Dude, he is freaking Luffy on here.
One punch, one piece.
Saitama. He's it's gonna be freaking epic. This show. I'm sorry to mention this, but Legends has really set the bar as far as how to end the season. So, seeing this trailer for the next episode really makes us excited for the Flash. But they definitely need to up DeVoe's his what is that, his his intimidating nature. Yeah, they need him to be more of a villain than just somebody that's just like, I'm getting too, this body's getting weak. He basically complains about not being in the right body every single time. We know he needs somebody that could heal like crazy, but why hasn't he thought that maybe it could be Ralph instead of Barry? Because he has just as much, or if not more, healing factors than Barry does. If you think
more
about
preventative powers.
Exactly.
Powers that can prevent him from getting hurt.
He has crazy durability, invulnerability. So, why wouldn't he want to take over that? And then he can just take the speed from somebody else.
Yeah.
And happily, we could say
not
that...
so smart for the thinker.
Yeah, come on. But yeah, apparently we're going to be seeing more of Barry's daughter. Well, we're just going to say that that's Dawn Allen in season 5. So she kind of sets the pace for the next season.
What if it's what if it's his granddaughter?
That could be too.
What if people just keep speculating that it's his daughter, but it's
what's your name? Bart? Is that short for Bartholomew?
Or just Bartha.
Barth. Oh,
instead of Martha.
Bartha. What's her name?
Yeah, it's just you see Batman just bust through the wall
why'd you say that?
Like Kool-Aid Man.
Why'd you say that?
I said Bartha. He's like, oh,
no, never mind.
No, Martha. Okay.
But it would be pretty cool. Maybe she'll introduce the Reach, or maybe in this case, the Reach will be replaced with the Blight.
Or what if she's I was thinking that would be cool if they brought in the Titans through her.
That would be awesome.
I don't think that might.
We just want her to say it's Crash before the season's over.
Just that one line, so Crash.
Or when something's going wrong, it's Mode.
Mode.
Yeah. For sure. Whatever it is, we know we're gonna be excited. And I've been a fan of hers since Smallville. She played Plastique on there, so.
Oh.
She hasn't aged. She's actually younger than Grant Gustin, so that kind of goes to show you how well she ages. That's crazy. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how she plays out throughout this last few episodes, if she's gonna show up at all. But yeah, it would be cool if it was the Blight that she's kind of trying to save. She's like, yeah, you heard of those people that took over that Earth? Well, they took over that Earth, and then they're about to take over this Earth. So, yeah, we're excited. The Blight
are like the Reach, just so they bring the stories. They bring the stories together more. Like they kind of hint at, like reference Young Justice, but without having to take the whole storyline.
So I'm down with that. And the thing is, I would love for it where they do the thing on Supergirl.
Steal more coffee.
Yeah, steal more coffee. And this Earth, the Flash's Earth, is the last Earth to be invaded after Supergirl's Earth, which is why Supergirl has to move over onto their Earth. And then they should do the Black Lightning where they take over Black Lightning's Earth. And like, Black Lightning.
Where's the damn coffee? These people are called the Blight. They've stolen all of it.
Dude, that would be so sick. Like it's like hilarity, but at the same time, it's like world ending. That's a villain I want to see.
It's like he's like, who are the Blight? And where's the coffee? And what is going on?
There's the Office reference there.
Yes. There's a poor version of the Office.
Is it what else is there? Theory wise,
I don't know.
We have 6 more episodes, so 6 more weeks of this, and then Supergirl has like 8. So
dang.
We're gonna be going into June with that one, I think.
Unless they just show straight through, it could still end in March, May.
Yeah, I wish it did, because Supergirl has been out for like freaking 3 months.
And what episode is it on? 14? This coming episode. 14.
Get a bit.
20 what? 2 episodes?
23.
So 9.
Yeah.
9 more weeks.
Oh, crap.
That's gonna end in June.
I was thinking 22. Damn. Yeah, it is 23.
It's definitely gonna end in June, no matter what, if they go straight through.
Yeah. So I guess with do you have anything, like no other theories moving forward?
Yeah.
So with that being said, you guys, we shall see you on Black Lightning. This week on Black Lightning, after healing at the ASA, Tobias is instructed by Proctor to bring them Black Lightning alive. He reveals a healed Khalil and reminds them of the importance Black Lightning has in their plan. Jefferson and Lynn get close and become intimate. The next day, Jefferson, Gamby, and Anissa work together to hone in on the ASA so they can take them down. Jefferson sees Khalil and tries to get him back to school. He notices something wrong when Khalil gets defensive talking about his procedure. He confirms his suspicions after speaking with Khalil's mom. Despite her father's warnings to stay away from Khalil, Jennifer sees him anyways. She is frightened when Khalil becomes hostile and jumps off the roof of the Pierce house. Jefferson finds out that Lynn has been trying to isolate Jennifer's metagene so that they may be able to get rid of it, which angers him. While getting close to finding the ASA, Jefferson, Anissa, and Gamby hear about an attack at Garfield High. They arrive to find Khalil terrorizing the students and wrecking havoc, all part of Tobias' plan to draw Black Lightning out. Tobias fights Jefferson while Anissa fights Cyanide. Anissa struggles and eventually defeats Cyanide while Jefferson overpowers Tobias. He is taken by surprise by Khalil, who delivers a fatal blow to Jefferson's chest. Before they can unmask him, Anissa uses a thunderclap to send him flying. Gamby instructs Jennifer to use her powers to resurrect their father, which works. Gamby takes the Pierces to a remote cabin to heal Jefferson. Kara tells Proctor that Black Lightning is dead, angering the man as he planned to use him to further their project on the kids in the pods. Lala is shown to be under Tobias' control. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse podcast. Alright, so getting into the episode of Black Lightning, which was titled, give me a second, The Resurrection and the Light of the Book of Pain. Oh my gosh, the titles are ridiculous.
Excuse me?
One sentence.
This is the real life MMO. They got a tank, they got a healer, they got a troll, and they got the DPS.
It's amazing. It's just
that's amazing, yo. They got Black Lightning as DPS, technically.
And this is the tank.
Tank. Jennifer's the healer, and then Gamby's the control.
It's amazing. This show is so good. It definitely solidifies that less episodes and better writing is the way to go. And I'm not even trying to bash, Supergirl and Flash and Legends and Arrow, but even Legends, it has a good amount of episodes.
That's perfect.
13
to
is 18 is good.
Yeah, because they definitely could just focus on story.
Exactly.
No filler. Budget wise, that's gonna be a lot more for them to use on like sets, special effects. They could do crazy stuff.
And see how, like, the viewership...
yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's stable because you're not cutting every single month.
You need to cut it.
Like, just stop doing that.
Yeah.
We love, all the CW shows. It's just, like... Legends and Black Lightning really have the formula down as far as how it should be carried out, I think.
And I think it really started from the Marvel Netflix series. That's like, I think that's the staple now. Like,
yeah, for sure.
People should go by that. Like the 13 to 18 episodes, like you were saying earlier.
13-hour movie. Just making a movie. Just don't put in stuff that you wouldn't think to put in.
Yeah.
Just to fill the time. We'd rather see... like what do you call it? Like what Michael Scott would say, would you want a lot of a big amount of okay pizza or a medium amount of really good pizza?
And everyone's
a medium
like,
amount of meat.
Yeah, really everyone's just like, yeah, I don't want that. He's like, okay guys, whatever, because you got the wrong from the wrong pizza.
It's like what Kevin said. He's like, oh, it is bad.
Yeah,
it's like eating a hot pile of garbage. Like, when we're not even saying it's like that, we're just saying maybe less is more in this case, especially for telling
quality
a superhero
over quantity.
Yeah, and Legends has like the perfect balance of just doing wackadoodie stuff on their shows,
exactly,
as fillers, and they work into the story. Like, it's just well written, and these other shows, they kind of just put plot devices in there just to put a plot device. But yeah. Getting to this story of Black Lightning, it was fantastic. You got like Jeremy said,
it's phantasmal.
This MMO team going out to face the bad guys. We got Tobias Whale back after how many episodes he's been out?
2, 3.
Yeah, that freaking shot to the chest just knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah, it almost killed him.
He was resurrected, or he was healed by the ASA, and then Khalil got turned into some crazy enforcer that looked. Tell me why he looked like Kel from, what do you call that? Good Burger.
My name's Khalil.
Welcome to Good Burger. Man, take your order.
Home of the Good Burger. You missed it. We messed it up. We messed it up. It's okay.
But you tell me why he looked like that. He just...
Yeah, just a more buff version.
Yeah.
It's Kel, right?
Yeah, Kel, yeah. Oh, it's close. Very close.
My name's Kel.
My name is Kel.
I can't. No, it's not.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, he's very conflicted. His character. It's not fresh because we've seen characters that are like that, like kind of brainwashed. I mean, you see, like on the other side is pretty much the big factor in a friendship there. But here it was cool to see it in this setting where it's real time. It happens just in the course of months, and how it changes this kid, because this kid is like, he's a killer.
Cold blood kill.
He didn't care about what Jefferson had to say.
He don't give an F about nothing. I said that in the first part of the podcast, but whatever.
He didn't want, or he wanted to be with Jennifer again, but she was just like kind of on the reservation, even though her father... See, this is the thing. She don't listen. Like, her dad tells her, don't do this and don't do that for her protection.
That's a very, what do you call it, move. That's just...
Millennial thing.
Millennial, yeah.
Like, when your parent tells you something and they're actually they're well-intentioned, like through and through, you gotta listen, because most times they are right about things.
And that's because we know that we messed up too. You know,
exactly.
It's like you live and you learn.
Yeah.
And it's just seeing stuff like that happen to other people.
Relatable.
It kind of
super relatable.
Opens our minds like, whoa, that was us before.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have done that. But yeah, it's crazy how much of a change he's gotten, I guess you could say, Khalil.
Yeah. He's got exoskeleton. Yeah, he's got powers. He's got like these gauntlets that shoot something out of it.
I think it's just like a needle.
Trank.
Yeah, trank, I guess you could say.
I guess it's something like that. You got Gamby calling like he pretty much called everything that was going to happen in an episode. It was nice to see him working together with the Pierces again, and that triple showdown: Jefferson versus Tobias, Khalil just running around the school, and Jennifer just like, I mean, I don't know, like her trying to like spark up her fingers was like adorable. It was just like, it was like Violet from The Incredibles, you know, when she's like trying to conjure that's exactly what it looked like. She saw her sister whooping ass and then absolutely getting wrecked by cyanide.
Yeah.
Who was really weird because she got sliced and her arm was like hollow.
It looked like there's grass in there.
Ugh. So maybe she was brought back to life, like, what do you call that?
Like Lady Eve, like what Lady Eve did. She probably
put in damn grass roots and lemongrass in them.
I guess she won't ever smell bad though.
Boo boo, mama juju.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the ASA just doesn't seem like they're gonna be the bad guy, if that makes sense. Like they're just a smaller piece to the puzzle that's gonna be taken over.
Because they really think that there's a lot of devil worship. That's gonna go past these people.
I think they're underestimating what's his name, Tobias though, for sure. Because they're bossing him around and Khalil, but I feel like they're like people that will just go off the reservation because it doesn't serve them a purpose. Like once they find out what the ASA has, they're gonna take control for sure.
But I feel like Tobias, he could have been healed by the ASA, but I feel like he has a connection to spirits.
Yeah, that was so weird. He was like controlling Lala.
Yeah,
just saying these weird biblical stuff, and then Lala like couldn't.
Maybe he is something more than.
They're all connected.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's the albino dust.
It is.
That's so sketchy.
I was about to say something weird, but then I stopped myself. Yeah, it was just it was a really, really good episode. This week.
Sure.
You got the family drama, balance with the action.
He's a lot more angry. Jefferson?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I would be pissed off too. Like, in a sense, like I would get why my daughter doesn't want to have powers, but then to hear that your wife is like actively trying to figure out a way to get rid of them, like if it's part of who you are, you shouldn't try to get rid of it.
And then after the argument, she's just like, Lynn's like, oh, maybe I should just tell her that she shouldn't change.
Yeah.
She's like, isn't that what you want me to do, Ma? And then she's like, no, I'm just trying to figure things out.
Like, I want to give you options just in case. And Jefferson like hit her with that cold like. He's like,
you ain't my man no more. And Lynn's like, no, I want to.
He's like, you're lucky we didn't tell the kids yet. You're right about that. Yeah, and then just that brawl, and then leading up to him getting freaking Superman punched in the chest. That was terrifying. I felt like he did. Well, he did die.
He did die.
He got freaking wrecked.
But you're right on the healing part. You're like, even before, like when she was trying to channel her energy, you're like, oh, she's gonna heal Black Lightning. Something's gonna happen, or she's gonna charge him up somehow, and that's basically what happened.
It's exciting, like to see.
It's so awesome. She's just essentially like endless battery supply.
Yeah, for sure.
Endless power.
And you know that's crazy because we really haven't. Yes, we've seen a bunch of heroes together, and at times it can get like pretty. What is that like? Crowded, I guess. But Black Lightning does a great job of letting these characters be individual, but at the same time, when they need to come together, they come together so well.
Come together right now. Yeah.
But seeing like Anissa just thunderclap the Khalil and Tobias, and then Jennifer resurrecting her dad, that was epic. And
that
Jefferson,
was a very powerful scene.
Yeah, Jefferson actually he wrecked Tobias. He didn't see that needle coming, and he should have for sure.
Yeah, he should have.
But it happens. Is there anything else we missed this episode? Oh, the ASA thinks he's dead because Karen Faude said that he was dead.
Yeah.
And I think Tommy died, didn't he? Because Lala killed him.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Damn.
It's okay. He's not important.
Gammy was pretty freaking slick with him too. Like he was just like, "I'm gonna kill you with your own gun if you don't give me."
Yeah, he's always a boss, yo.
Yeah.
And then when he left, he's like, "Get out my way!" Like he elbowed him, and stuff like, or shouldered him.
You have 48 hours. Boom.
Yeah.
And then we still have like the whole like the metas in the pod thing. We didn't get to see much of them, but
yeah, maybe that's for next season
for sure. Are we missing anything else? There's nothing to dislike about this show for sure. It's just so good throughout.
So good.
Any Easter eggs? I found nothing. I can't find anything on this damn show.
No. I think what they're trying to do is just keep it more realistic.
Static Shock is one of those pods as an Easter egg.
They should really do more not comedic, comic references.
Yeah.
Like,
they probably are. We just can't pick them up. I
We'll
can't,
see.
like, because it just goes, it flies over my head when they say something. Like, the only substantial Easter egg we've seen on the show or heard was the mention of Supergirl and Vixen.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had just mentioned on Flash that's, and you know Stephen Amell, because he met
Cress Williams.
He's like, people act like we're not gonna cross over, but we are gonna cross over because that's what happens on these shows. So that's pretty cool that he's like pushing for that. I guess we could get into the previews. We have no Easter eggs.
This is the finale, right?
Yes. Episode 13, titled Shadow of Death, the Book of War. I think. The aftermath of the showdown with Black Lightning leaves everyone reeling. Meanwhile, Tobias gathers his forces. Oh, wow. Okay. So Jefferson's kind of out of commission. Gambi took him to a damn cabin in the middle of nowhere. They got no phones. And everyone is currently... Black Lightning is still at large. Like, you know, to the public, he's still at large. And Anissa is an accomplice. So... it's like the worst of the worst.
They turned from hero to fugitives.
Yeah, and
just one episode.
And sacrifice is gonna have to be made. I feel like Gambi might have to sacrifice himself. Like, even though I don't want him to die.
Yeah, we saw the funeral. Casket.
Maybe. See, I'm gonna keep the theory that Gambi is gonna be like the dark passenger that Dexter had, but it's not a dark passenger. It's like angel on Jefferson's shoulders.
Yeah.
Like,
hopefully not yet.
What did I tell you, Jefferson?
Yeah, hopefully not yet.
Hopefully not yet.
Sorry, right? Like my chesticles started hurting. Yeah, out of nowhere.
Pumping too much iron.
Too much, man. What if it's Faudy? Because
Faudy and maybe Khalil
or Khalil, because that kid, not Cress, Jefferson talked to that one kid last week. He's just like, what did I say to do? He's like take care of this community. And then he's like, okay, you can move out of the way. He was at the front, like he was leading a prayer, you know, so maybe it was Khalil because he was a student there.
Yeah.
Or faculty, you know. Maybe it was Faudy because she also worked there.
She sacrificed herself because she realized that she's on the wrong end of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, so exciting. It's so exciting, but we don't want to see... as long as Gambi doesn't die.
Yeah, not yet. You know, the Dark Passenger thing would definitely work.
I'd like to see that.
But I don't want him to leave.
I just want to hear him say it. Like,
yeah.
What did I tell you, Jefferson? I just want to hear him say it like that.
That'd be so sick.
Called back to Dexter. But yeah, whatever happens next week, I know is going to be fantastic because this whole season has just been fantastic.
Yeah,
like through and through. Their fillers were not even fillers. It was pretty much a straight story throughout the whole entire thing, and we got to see all of the Pierces with powers, or you know, 3 out of the 4 Pierces with powers.
Whoa! And sorry, for a second, I thought I heard multiple voices out there.
Oh, that's scary.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just staring at my door that way.
And what else is there? Theory wise. Please let Static Shock be one.
I think that'd be cool.
And they could introduce the Bang Babies next.
Maybe that's the kid that they keep zooming in on. Yeah,
because his hair is kind of like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could do like the whole Bang Babies sort of story because it's kind of like what they're doing here with Black Lightning, and maybe the other ones that are missing, those will be like villains for. Maybe that's what do you call it does. Maybe he groups them up. Tobias, like maybe it turns into a witch hunt for finding these metas that disappeared.
Yeah,
and then he uses them against Jefferson.
That's
I'm excited.
That'd be so cool.
This is gonna be dope.
I'm down.
I don't have anything else. Is there anything else? No. All right. So with that being said, you guys, we shall see you on Krypton. All right, so getting into this episode of Krypton, which was titled The Word of Rao. One sentence.
The end of Rao.
Yeah, basically. This show is actually getting pretty interesting for sure. Man, I just... The writing and just the setting still is amazing to look at. Like, they have not faltered after 4 episodes in as far as the CGI goes. And the story as well, it's like... It's a continuous thing. It's not a filler or anything like that. We have the consequences of Rom being infected as a sentry.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out, well, Val-El and Adam Strange are trying to like figure out how to fix her and stuff like that, but apparently she's like long gone. And then you have Kem taking care of Ona, who is Rom's daughter, and it's just like a set. Me and Jerry were just like, oh,
yeah,
oh, it's like heartbreak after her. Just like, Mother's not coming back, is she? They're like, oh, I feel bad for this kid. And you have Seg getting his freaking ass kicked like all the way through by Lyta's mom, Dex. Is it Dexam? Dex something. The big dude in the military guild.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
It's just like a bad time because he's trying to prove Lyta's innocence, but they can't really tell what's going on with Brainiac because they'll think he's crazy. It's just like there's no winning at this point. Like Brainiac not only is taking advantage of like the divide that are between the rankless and the what do they call people that are not rankless? The people with like the names, I guess. I'm kind of embarrassed that I don't remember what they're called, but
I don't know.
I guess the ranked. Yeah. Is that what you call them?
The rankless or the regular people.
Yeah, the nobodies.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool to see Nyssa kind of step up to the plate when Seg asked her for help to free Lyta, but I feel like in the end Lyta's mom's gonna help him because she has to care more about her daughter than following the guild.
Yeah,
she has to.
Honestly, I kind of feel like that's weird, just not trusting in your own kid.
Yeah,
you know,
she was making calls because that, like, you even saw that she knew that like, that was fabricated. Yeah, even Nyssa was like calling her own dad out. She's like, "That's not even real," and he was like, "Yes, it is not." Like he's not even trying to like lie about it. It sucks that it's kind of like that. Like the corruption. It's realistic, I guess you could say.
It's but in every sort of like government.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that.
And that dude's a pussy. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. But
you called him the P word.
Yeah, he's the P word for sure. Like he's been freaking hiding with his tail between his legs, like for the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
And what else was there?
I don't know. It's weird. Those types of people that want power, but they don't. They do it in such a. Yeah,
they don't get respect.
Yeah, they say
respect.
They do it in such a P way.
Yeah, exactly. They make everyone do their bidding for them. Yeah. Meanwhile, you got Seg also like like kind of duking it out or having a test of wills against the Black Zero members.
I was about to call Black Order.
I don't know why I was about to say Black Mass. All over the place with names. But the
still a new show. We got this.
Black Zero's awesome. Like their leader is freaking ruthless. He's killing his own people just because they're hurting Seg when they weren't doing it when he was telling them to.
Yeah, so bipolar.
Yeah,
he's just like, thank you. Dude, he's like, thank you for telling Seg that. Yeah, he said exactly what you said.
Don't touch him. Dead.
Snaps his neck.
That bug thing was probably one of the most disturbing things I've seen on TV in a while.
Yeah, that's kind of scary how realistic it looked.
That made my chest hurt like all the way through.
It reminded me of the Transformers. I don't know which one it was when
that little thing,
that little bot. Yeah, was trying to enter him.
I got one naps for you. But yeah, it's just they're in some shiz right now, and then Ona out of nowhere became one of Rao's like servants or something like that. Like she looks so adorable coming out in a costume, but it turns out the little thing that she gave, the offering that she gave, was a sentry passer. Yeah, I thought it was like part of like the you know.
So I don't think she did that on purpose.
No,
but
she didn't.
It just sucks how it played out.
I think because Rom was like, you have to stop Ona before she died. And Adam Strange was like, what the fudge? And then Val's like, oh, that's not good. And then you just see Ona, or do you see that the guy with the little figurine? And then I thought like he was doing that, but then he was in pain.
But why was he touching? He's trying to find the opening to it. Why would he even?
I don't know. He was like, this feels weird.
Yeah. No, but he pushed on something like a corner of the little figurine.
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe he wanted real power. Maybe he's the plant there anyways.
Oh, yeah, true.
Right?
That makes sense. Yeah.
This show's real good. I'm sorry. Like it's actually surpassing a lot of the, as far as the effects go, they are unmatched as far as TV goes. That's for sure. Story wise, it's it's got its ground and it's definitely holding it. Yeah. And once Brainiac is integrated into it more, it's gonna be insane. It definitely sets the bar for the rest of the CW DCTV shows that we watch. And I guess we can get into, if we haven't missed anything else, the Easter eggs. Have you found any?
All I have is, I didn't write anything down, but there's one thing I totally forgot. I should have written it down.
The Colin Salmon. He was
salmon.
Yeah, salmon.
Swimming in salmon money.
Yes, swimming in salmon money. He was on Arrow. He was Moira Queen's boyfriend in the first. I forgot what his name was. That's who we thought Vigilante was gonna be. It was cool to see him on the show for sure. He's still keeping a DCTV family.
Pierce. No,
is it Pierce?
Not Pierce.
Pierce Brosnan. No. And I think that's all the Easter eggs I caught. I guess
I did not catch.
That's so cool that the Rao dude was like, he's got a pretty cool life for sure. And that must be so annoying. He walks incredibly slow too. That's the one thing I noticed.
Yeah, and when he does his ritual stuff, like
it's like that Aisha from Guardians of the Galaxy. Remember, she's like,
yeah,
I think breaks and then it takes her like 3 minutes to get to where Yondu is. It was like that. It was like unbearably slow. But yeah, it makes things interesting that now he's infected because he's technically the most powerful. Or he has the most powerful position in all of the guilds, basically. Yeah, I'm excited.
I
don't even know what to hear. Yeah. Every time they show him, it's like so crazy. Like it's always the same shot with his ship. It's always the same shot, but then like it makes you so hyped because we're 4 episodes in, and it's just building up your anticipation for when you do see him. I don't know what else I can theorize. We're gonna see Doomsday at some point. We're gonna see Hawk Girl at some point. I excited. Are you excited?
Me is very too.
And I guess with that being said, we shall see you guys on Arrow. This week on Arrow, Oliver begins to fight crime on his own with his relationship with Diggle continuing to be strained. Diggle tells him and Felicity that he's taken a job at Argus. While talking to Councilman Collins over the firing of Hill and Amon, he's drugged with vertigo unknowingly. He begins to suffer from its effects by lashing out with William and Felicity and seeing a hallucination of Adrian Chase. After fighting with Adrian, Oliver tests his blood and finds that he has vertigo in his system. He has Lance cover for him at the hearing and he tries to get better. Adrian begins to show him all the people he has failed. Laurel, Dinah, Curtis, and Renee. He's then attacked by a hallucination of Diaz. Adrian tells Oliver that he needs to kill Diaz in order to save Star City. Felicity calls Lance and tells him to stop Oliver from carrying out a suicide mission. Oliver arrives at the SCPD to kill Diaz, who has an army of corrupt cops waiting with him. Lance tries to stop him, but Oliver knocks him out. After taking out a number of Diaz's men, Oliver is stopped by Felicity, who tells him not to. She convinces him that she is real, and they escape before Diaz and his goons kill them. Oliver's impeached, and Lance becomes a new mayor, which the former accepts. Oliver tells Felicity that he's going to fight crime on his own again. Oliver apologizes to William and tells him that he'll always try to do his best to be his father. Laurel asks Diaz why he hasn't taken out Oliver, and he tells her that he wants him to suffer more. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse podcast. Alright, so again, this episode of Arrow, which is called Fundamentals. One sentence.
Dude, I honestly think that you should do that.
The word fun and no. Damn it! I did it again.
The word
fudge.
Mental.
Okay.
Last time, 3 times the charm.
Alright, so again, in this episode of Arrow, which was titled Fundamentals. One sentence.
Dude, you should do the one sentence this week for this.
So the word mental is in the word fundamentals because you are mental if you do not have fun. But the word fun is in it. Get out.
The amount of Office references that you could make it's crazy. You could do it on any show.
Filled our damn quota. Yeah. But yeah, this episode was just getting back to straight where Oliver was in the first season. As far as being a vigilante, and he got a crazy awakening as he was vertigo induced this entire episode, and it's kind of scary, and that's kind of what annoys me is that this dude has this much power. I'm talking about Dragon.
Yeah.
Because to me, I felt like the best villain on this series so far is Adrian Chase.
Yeah, that's also a cool thing that they brought him in this episode through the Vertigo.
It's like, I don't want anyone to top him. And the thing is, the only thing that they have, or the only thing the Dragon has is his plot armor. Like, he's as powerful as they're making him to be. And him as a character, it's just, he doesn't do it for me as far as being the main villain for the season. It seems like the real main villain here is just everyone's, like, kind of Team Arrow's
fault.
Yes, exactly.
Faults, their issues between
with
each other.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the biggest thing, and Dragon is just kind of using that to his advantage, I guess.
And whereas honestly, I feel like that wasn't really him that did that. It started with Kate and James. And
if you go further, it was Adrian that did everything.
Yeah, he started that. Yeah. And he's just, like you said, he's just using all those situations to his advantage.
And it's crazy. I mean, I'll take it, but Dragon wouldn't be anything without his police force, because
he had 30 people on the other side of that door.
Yeah, and Adrian would have killed every single one of them if he was still alive.
Yeah,
like that's how menacing is. And then as Oliver was kind of fighting that, like, it's cool because he's kind of like Oliver's dark passenger. He's like what do you call that? Rudy to Dexter, kind of like that. It's telling him to basically go on a suicide mission to stop Diaz. It's amazing, and in that sense, Oliver's like, Adrian's like, look at them, look at Laurel, look at Curtis, look at Dinah, look at Renee, you messed all that up. Look at Diggle, and that hurt me. Like when Diggle came and they're him and Oliver were arguing at the beginning there, and then he was like, you know what? I got a job at Argus, and it's cooler than this, and you can suck it. Basically, that's what he said. Oliver's like, okay, fine, you gonna go to school? I don't care. It sucked because they're bros. They've been bros for a long time, Yeah. It started out with Diggle being his bodyguard, and then they turned into a team. And I guess at some point, they both decided that they couldn't not call the shots. Like, it either had to be one or the other. So Diggle being an Argus might not be a bad thing, honestly. That offers like a whole nother storyline for them to pursue. But I think the Arrow writers did the right thing, and what Jeremy's been saying is they're basically resetting everything. Oliver did his best work alone, and the only thing I thought was cool about it was he found Roy, And then when they started adding Thea into it, like, everyone became an archer after, like, and I think that's why people, like, thought the show was losing its grip, because everyone was becoming an archer, right? Every single one.
You become an archer, and you become an archer. You
get an arrow. You get an arrow.
You get Oprah out there just giving everyone arrow suits and stuff.
Arrow. Yeah. You must become something else. Yeah, and it was really cool seeing Adrian just kind of mess with his head, and then Oliver just couldn't tell what was really real. He got stabbed in the freaking stomach by Diaz, but just fake. Yeah, Felicity was like, "I'm gonna leave you," and then he freaking destroyed William. That poor kid. He's like, "Let's go to science fair, Dad." Blink.
He just wanted to show off his project, man.
That was so mean. And then he's like, "I hate you."
And that kid puts up with a lot.
He really does.
He understands a lot of things, yeah. But for him to be in those situations, not really fully there, and still like understanding what his dad's doing is it's
sad.
Sad, but also good character growth
for sure. And then this is day 2 without Tia. I don't miss her. Damn it.
Yeah.
Lance is kind of filling that void though. Like, he's very, like, at least there's somebody there.
They really need someone like him. Yeah. Like, there is no other person really that can keep Oliver sort of
positive.
Yeah, and calm.
And he was like, I like that he mentioned that. He's like, I knew the hood. I knew him before I knew it was you. You gone through so much stuff. Just don't give up yet. And Oliver's like, I don't know, man. I think I need to. Like, I don't think being the mayor and being a vigilante is something I can be. And throughout the episode, it's heading one way or the other. Like, he's either got to give up being a Green Arrow, or he's gonna have to give up being the mayor. And ultimately, one of those does go away at the end. But Lance was kind of like his constant, other than Felicity. He even got his ass whooped just to save Oliver.
That's true. This storyline kind of plays off of that one thing. It's like don't do business with your family.
Yeah.
Or friends, because it does end in stuff like that.
Tragedy.
For the most part.
Tragedy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. So most times,
unless you can compromise.
Yes, that's the biggest thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I told you about that.
That's the thing about Oliver. I don't think he wanted to compromise his suit.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's part of who he is, and that's his right, But being mayor at the same time is not gonna, because you just your two jobs, day and night, are very conflicting with one another.
But even so, like if you had that Team Arrow, just kind of going off of that into like what we do together, if you had the suit and I wanted to take it, you'd probably just like, hey, just take it for that.
Yeah. But I'll be like, give it to me again.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wouldn't.
Or I'll make one exactly like it, and then you can wear it.
Or different colors. Exactly. Compromise.
I will only say to give it to Diggle if he learns how to shoot a bow properly. That's it. Like that's the biggest thing. You cannot be called the Green Arrow if you can't shoot any arrows. That's just, sorry, Diggle. But yeah, this episode was fantastic as far as that went. Like the building of relationships and tearing them down. Like we hate it, but at the same time, it's like it's understandable why it came to where it is. I think last episode was like, I think they both pushed it a little too far.
Yeah.
Like here, they were like, they got attitude with each other, but it was more like, you go your way, I go mine, and then we'll see what happens.
You go this way, I go that way.
You go this way, I go that way. Yeah. But yeah, it is definitely like to see more of Dark Passenger Adrian.
If only dope. That would happen more often.
It's so cool.
That'd be sick. But without the drug, without that vertigo.
I would have really liked, no offense to Felicity, but I would have really liked Lance to have stopped Oliver. I don't know, because he was like the one really protecting him throughout this episode.
He acts like another father figure.
Yeah.
He has a lot more experience in a lot of things, so yeah, I understand why it would have been more sense if he did.
It would have been more emotional too, because like Felicity was really just like all lovey-dovey. Mm-hmm. Like I would have really liked to see a struggle.
We're not supposed to have partners, man.
And right in the nick of time, he's like, "Oh, okay, that's real. Let's go."
Yeah,
just jump out of there before. Ricardo was like, "This is gonna be fun." Freaking freak. And then we got Oliver being impeached, and then him. I like that he was just like he has so much confidence in Lance. He's just like, "No, don't fight this. You're the new mayor." And then it's like back to Oliver season 1. It's like he's just gonna be the Green Arrow full time.
That's also pretty awesome because Quentin and a lot of the people who took part in his office, he didn't want to be part of it because he was a drunk and all that stuff, and now he's taking the helm of such big responsibility. It's crazy.
It's dope.
Yeah,
it's
everyone
really
has character progression this season. I like it
for sure. What else was there? And then Diaz is just like, he's like, I want all. See, that's the thing with this villain. If he really wanted to just take over the city, you would just kill Oliver. Don't mess with him more because he's just gonna.
But like he said, he's scared of Oliver when he's dead. He said he's more of a threat as a martyr than anything else.
More of a threat as a martyr.
So we should keep him alive.
We should keep him alive. That's what I was saying in his voice. And then Laurel's like, ew, I don't want to keep being with you. This is weird. Like, you can tell she's just pinched in the corner. Like, she totally effed herself over.
Literally. Yeah,
for real. And I think that's where we're at. Soul Oliver, and then everybody is on their team. So, Easter eggs, have you caught any? The hood.
Oh,
the hood suit. Season 1.
Oh, the only thing I caught was the hacked. She said that she hacked Napster.
Nice.
Yeah. He's like, "What's a Napster?" William. I was like, "Oh God, oh no." Yeah, I think that's all I got.
That's it. That's all I got. All right, so I guess we're getting the previews for next week, which is titled "The Dragon." Looking to expand his empire, Diaz and Laurel meet with the quadrant, a cotillion of a cotillion, a coalition of mafia families who run national organized crime.
Like, is that legit what it's called, that group?
Yeah.
The cotillion? So like, isn't that like a...
Yeah, that's a dance number.
Yeah.
Freaking sorry. We're part of a cotillion before. I'm sorry. All right, so I'll read that again. Looking to expand his empire, Diaz and Laurel meet with the Quadrant, a coalition of mafia families who run national organized crime. Meanwhile, after Oliver's recent decision, Felicity and Curtis doubled their efforts in building Helix dynamics. Okay.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, what if he loses his arm?
Oliver?
Like, by the end of the season, like, it's like such a close call. And then he gets that bionic arm next season.
What if, what's his name? And then you just see Malcolm walk in, he's like, a hand for an arm.
Cuts off his other one.
Yeah,
you did it!
You just see him, like, hold his, like, his metallic hand. Yeah. Take my good hand.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna come to this. It's gonna be like Oliver is fighting for his life against Ricardo and his goon squad. Laurel's gonna have to make a tough decision whether she wants that normal life with Lance. Curtis and Dinah were probably gonna feel bad about what happened to Oliver and stuff like that, and maybe they probably won't like. Maybe Diggle leads them. Like, they're the offshoot team.
Maybe.
Because if Oliver's solo next season, like, that would be great. You know, he's kind of...
They could bring in outsiders, like, fully.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Diggle could be the leader of that. Mm-hmm. That would be cool. And then Renee comes back. He's like, I'm back. He's like, no.
Yeah.
Take care of your kid. Stay out of this. Yeah, because I don't see him going back. Because he's out of commission. I don't think if he gets ass whooped by somebody with a bow and arrow like that.
Yeah, he got kicked in the chest. I know that's pretty heavy, but
and it was from a previous bullet wound. But still, like, you're gonna face villains that are way stronger than Oliver, and they're gonna hit you in the same spot. There's no way.
No way.
He'll probably get a proper send off, and then we're gonna have Dinah and Curtis maybe next season. And what if they build up Helix, and then Felicity dies, and then Curtis takes it over, and then Oliver is literally alone, and then they're kind of like Oliver's doing his own thing, but they help him get intel.
Oh no!
Like the other team, they help him from time to time, and then he could train what's his name.
It's weird, yeah, maybe.
And actually, that would make so much sense. Like, if Thea and Roy came back, they're good at listening to him.
Mm-hmm. They could just be the band of archers, and then they have the outsiders to help them. That's
so cool. That's awesome. I like it. And then from time to time, Adrian would be like, "Are you sure you want to make that decision, Oliver?
Yeah, that'd be so sick.
Roy's over the cliff. You can push him. Get out of my head." It was a really cool dynamic for sure. I thought Adrian had been brought back, like, because Jeremy's like he probably got touched by a pit.
Yeah, I'm like, he's back because of the pit, but then. What's his name? Oliver's just like, I think I'm drugged right now, so I'm just gonna test myself.
That was crazy though. He's like, what do you say? He's like, you know, Oliver, because I'm you.
Yeah.
That was so freaking dark. Theories too, like, Malcolm will probably come back.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna come back.
We're definitely probably gonna see more of the league and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm really excited that Colton Haynes is returning as a series regular next year. And I think that the Arrow writers did a good job of redeeming Laurel here, for sure. I'm sure she's an evil person, but she's got so much more meat to her character. Like, she's very deep.
Conflicted.
Exactly. And hopefully she kind of gets like that.
Forgiveness
is more than saying sorry.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know that just came on.
Is there any other theories you got?
No.
No?
No, I'm just gonna rat it out, dude.
6 more episodes.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Oh, no. 5 more episodes. Oh, shoot. We're getting there.
Huh?
This is episode 18. There's 5 more.
I thought it was 17.
23.
What?
No, that was episode 18.
What?
They're one ahead of Flash.
Oh, okay.
So they were probably gonna 1 week break at some point. All right, so I guess we could do hashtag.
Yeah, you're the hashtag man.
God, here we go.
I'm not good at
Okay. Hashtag Captain Beebo.
Silence.
Sorry. Hashtag Captain Beebo. Jay and Not So Silent Bob.
Can we just do separate hashtags?
Black Lightning Family.
No, Black Lightning Beatdown.
Oh, right. Black Lightning Beatdown.
Because you got wrecked.
Brainiac. Conquering. OGA. I'm not repeating that. You guys can piece it together.
Can we just do like separate hashtags for each show?
It's okay. Just leave it that way.
Whoever writes that in the comments, you're crazy.
Yeah, you're crazy. I'll probably start writing them down.
These are all just memes. They're just jokes. If anyone actually does it, you guys deserve like an internet cookie.
I guess we're gonna ask the Spirit soon what he thought about.
Trying to find him, dude. It's hard.
Spirit, what did you think about it?
I think you have to call him, dude.
Spirit.
I know. I don't hear.
Spirit.
Hello. Hello.
Oh my God, it's so good. You see it? Fire! Okay, the next episode, man, like it can't get here soon enough. Whoa.
Still with the limited, you know, the limited.
It's okay. He's a spirit.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Yeah. No
don't
control
question
over that.
it.
I can't pick a favorite episode. Actually, I will.
Yes,
Legends. Is my,
yeah.
I don't think
Beebo. Nothing.
Nothing will top that fight ever.
I think that really is. If we ever do the thing at the end of the season, to choose a favorite episode in general, I think that would be it.
Yeah.
The season finale for Legends. That's
insane.
Just too much.
They cannot.
No,
nothing can be better than that. Final thoughts about everything. It was amazing.
Solid.
Oh, before we finish this, actually, this is another interesting thing. I rewatched the ending of the Flash thing. What if that's Eobard? Because remember what he said during the series finale? He's like, I wonder whose face I'll be wearing next. And they kind of just trust who comes out of that. What do you call that? How do you not know? He was wearing the face of the enemy of the first season. How do you not know that that's not him?
That's crazy. Yeah, so he just came back in general.
And why? What's his? And the thing is, remember, he kind of got obsessed with trying to stop DeVoe. Because if DeVoe wins, he might not exist if Barry doesn't beat him.
And what did Gideon say? It's like it's been 170 days,
something like that. It's been like 600 something days.
That's weird. That means that so he was there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. He probably, I wouldn't put it past him.
Harry is it?
That's crazy. And then you just see Harry come through. He's like, what's going on?
Yeah. I've been with Jesse. He's like, what? And then it's like, does the Insidious music, and then they go to the time vault, and then they just see it like him gone. That'd be so creepy, dude. Now I think about it, that is just ultra creepy. The fact that, it's messed up. And with that being said, you guys, we shall see you in the next one. Oh, actually, no, you have to do our.
Yeah, be sure to check out our stuff.
All right, let me do that. Let me do that. So be sure to leave a like down below if you guys enjoyed, and go leave a comment what you thought about the episodes and your theories of what's to come.
If you want to check us out on our other social medias, we could check us out on the Stardust. We do live reactions after the shows, like legit after the shows air. And if you guys want to see yourself at the beginning of this video, you can just add us at Justice Clubhouse, HAUS. Everything's in the description. Also, we got our Instagram. We got the speed shows that you see here in between each shows. They are put in a carousel on our Instagram.
Yes.
And we post those, Superhero Sundays.
I want to apologize to the people who have been tagging us in our Stardust that weren't included last week, because I just pressed for time and a lot of stuff was going on. But this week, you guys will be featured. So just keep tagging us. And that being said, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.